guys, it is your girl Lauren and welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, it is part 2 of showing you my philodendron collection. If you have not seen part 1, I will put the card right here so you guys can see that first before you see part 2. Philodendrons, as you guys know, are my most favorite variety. Henceforth, I have like 18 of them or so, and this will be the remaining half that you guys will get to see. That's basically it. Before I bring you guys back to the past, because I shot that video all in one day, I want to say thank you so much, because you guys have gotten me almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. I am trying to see if I can hit 1,000 subscribers by my 1-year YouTube anniversary, which is May 18th. But if you love all things planty related content, like nursery tours, philodendron collections, unboxings, then please hit that red subscribe button below. That is it. I'm not going to gab too much. Let's get on to the video. Now, let's move on, and I will actually talk about my only hanging philodendron, which is my philodendron cream splash. And I think it's right there. You can see it right there. Let me grab you. I love this plant. I love it so much. I did chop her back a little bit. I did groom her, and I'm rooting the cuttings because this particular vine was like 1 foot longer, but I chopped it back. It's it's recovered and is already getting new growth. There's one vine right here. This is the second one. The third one, I think there's like 5 or 6 vines. This one's a baby. There are more baby leaves right now, but I think this plant is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. It doesn't give me any problems. I love how the variegation, even on these 2 leaves right here, these 2 leaves, this one where my ring finger is pointing, and this other one right here, just comparing these 2 leaves, the variegation is similar, but they still look kind of completely different. And that is the same for all of my cream splash leaves. You get the same colors, but all of them are kind of unique, like snowflakes, how snowflakes all look very similar but have different patterns, in this case different foliage slightly. I absolutely love it. This is another one of my most favorite philodendrons that I will never get rid of. I'm gonna put that there, and there is one philodendron that I do have that was also one of my favorite plants, not just philodendrons, but it was in my top 10 favorite plants video. But due to the severe winter storm that Houston had about a month and a half ago, it tanked, and it is currently rehabbing. It is my variegated philodendron Burle Marx, and it's sad. It's not doing hot, and I don't want to show you guys. I'm sorry, I'll just put a clip right here as I'm talking of what it looked like when I did the top 10 video. As you can see, it was so healthy. It was so healthy, so beautiful and lush. And it doesn't look that way anymore. It's very sparse and sad. The root system is really good, really strong. Now the leaves just have to grow out. That is that, and then we are going to move on to a very nice burgundy satin queen. So let me show you. I'm sure you guys guessed it. It is my philodendron dark lord. Another really super easy philodendron. I actually got this through a plant import from Indonesia. It was at a really good price, and it has done, really well. The leaves from the Indonesian seller are a lot bigger as far as its size, obviously. Since it's been in my care, it's still producing really nice leaves. This one is just developing its color. If you aren't familiar with Dark Lords, they come out the entire leaf, this super beautiful satin, like, oh my God, how gorgeous is that? This is how the new leaf comes out. Super shiny, super gorgeous in color. That is amazing. And then as it matures, the color will slowly fade to green, just like this. Again, I don't really have anything else to say with this plant that I haven't mentioned with other philodendrons. The only thing is that if you don't know about a Dark Lord and you want to take cuttings from it, it will bleed. Expect when you take a cutting, kind of a pinky red juice. Is it called? It's not called juice, but it will bleed. So be prepared to have some paper towels to lay it on and let it callus over, because it will, I'm sorry, bleed is not the right word to use. It will bleed more in comparison to other philodendrons, but again, super easy to root, really nice and simple. That is all with the Dark Lord. Now I'm going to talk about one of the plants that is actually still rooting in water, but I am going to transfer it to soil very soon, and I am stoked about that. You may already know what it is. Let me put this down right here. It is my Philodendron gloriosum. It's down here. I thought you could see it in the frame, but let me pick this bad boy up. Okay, now I have been on a journey with gloriosums. To keep it short, I mean, it's not that long of a journey, but it hasn't been, you know, the easiest little boat ride ever. I got a it wasn't pretty small. I got a small unrooted cutting back in like August of 2020. I felt pretty confident in my rooting skills, but no matter what medium I put it in, it did not grow, so it just died. However, I really wanted a gloriosum. I wanted those huge round heart-shaped leaves. You guys saw me unbox this. I'll put it right here. It was my first ever unboxing of the year, I believe, and this is the plant. Now, as I'm showing you guys this plant, if you didn't watch the video, there was actually a lot of root rot, and it came from Florida, I believe, and shipping stress is normal, but I was surprised to see how much root rot there was. And since then, it's been in here for the past like 2 months. So this is one of the original leaves. Again, beautiful. Some of the markings and imperfections were already like that from the seller. One original leaf did die off. This is the smallest leaf from the original seller. Again, some imperfections, that doesn't bother me. This is the biggest philodendron leaf. So beautiful. I love the white veins and then the dark color of its leaf. Super amazing contrast. I absolutely love it. Of course, like many other people, they love just the round shape. And then I finally have a new leaf unfurling. I don't think it's gonna be as big as the original leaves, but I don't think it's gonna be like super tiny either. Like right now, probably from this length, like right here, it looks like it's 5 inches, and I'm probably expecting it to grow to 7. Let me show you this root system. Yeah, oh, you can definitely see that. So the root system is super good. This is ready to repot, but I don't want to repot it yet until this leaf completely unfurls. The next philodendron is a beautiful plant, but this is another one that caught rust fungus. This is one that has bounced back in treatment, not as well as my pink princess, but it has bounced back. And for some reason, this plant has been giving me, you know, issues along the way. It is my white princess. So this leaf is kind of going. Obviously, you can tell it's very old, and these leaves are smaller. I don't know what I do know what happened here. And I was so mad at myself. I accidentally bumped the tip of the leaf when it was unfurling, and that's why it looks like something ate it. Trust me, nothing did, but that kind of sucked. And then you'll see the leaves have just gotten exponentially bigger, but which is that worst leaf? Yeah, it's this one. You can see all those like orangey brown colored spots, and it just looks so ugly. Like, I'm so mad at myself with the airflow issue. But again, that's how we learn as plant parents. I've done the same treatment as I have with my pink princess, and so it is bouncing back. Like, this one has like no spots. This one doesn't have any. Super beautiful. Again, if you're not familiar with pink princesses and how they compare to a white knight and a white wizard. I just realized my TV has been on this entire time. I'm gonna turn that off, sorry guys. I bet that was distracting the whole time. So sorry. But white wizards are just green and white when it comes to its sheathing and its petioles. Of course, with a white knight, you get those red in its petioles, and then with a princess, you get this pink color. So you can see it a lot more when I turn it to its side. We are more than halfway, guys. I completely lost track. We have 5 more philodendrons to talk about. If you're still with me, make sure to thumbs up this video and leave a green heart in the comments. I am going to show you guys my tallest philodendron, which is no stranger to this channel, my Philodendron Florida Beauty. Let me go grab her because she is tall. Okay, and she is right here. 1 second. Okay, here she is. I may not be able to show you her leaves, but okay, so here is one gorgeous leaf. Hopefully there is another one right there. This is a beauty here. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's got that gorgeous yellow color. This is more of a small baby. And then, yeah, this is the newest leaf. I do want more variegation and stronger variegation, so I have this along with my Florida Ghost right under a grow light because I really want all of those gorgeous yellow, lime yellow colors that you get, and I'll probably put a to die for inspiration pic right here for you guys to see. This is a really easy plant as well. I have taken cuttings from it. It isn't the easiest to air layer in my opinion, but so far I have taken some reverted cuttings and those are in the greenhouse, and those are actually rooting really well. So the more humidity, the better when it comes to rooting this particular plant. Overall, I love my Florida Beauty. I know this is a very sought out plant. Very similarly to my Varicosum, I wish it wasn't so long and spread out because the growth pattern of this is very wonky and it can get very kind of unruly and unmanageable if you don't stake it up somehow. But that is the only complaint I have with this plant. I love it though, and I really hope my next leaves have a lot of variegation. Okay, I am going to put this Florida Beauty down. Hold on. Put you down right there, and let me just talk about my Florida Ghost because I already mentioned it. My Florida Ghost is one of the plants that kind of stress me out, and I think the next video I'm going to do are the plants that stress me out in my collection video, which I think is just kind of funny, but also I'll tie in information and knowledge into that. But my Florida Ghost is one of them, and you will see why, because it looks like a Florida green, but trust me, it is a Florida Ghost. Here is the plant. As you can tell, it's just all green. I haven't been loving this plant as much because the main reason why people love Florida Ghosts are the variation in color for it coming out a beautiful white, if you have the right growing conditions, and fading into kind of that mint color, then a darker green, and then its mature form green. This is the latest leaf right here. It is super big, super nice. It came out more of a light yellow green, so it wasn't the white. And then now it looks like this. I mean, it's still a beautiful leaf, but come on, y'all know it's not the same. I do have it under my grow light, so I'm really hoping this next leaf right here is a beautiful white leaf. So fingers crossed, guys, because I'm starting to get at my wit's end with this plant. There are a lot more reasons why this plant stresses me out, but be on the lookout for that video. But that's it for those two kind of philodendrons that are siblings to each other, my Florida Beauty and my Florida Ghost. Here is the third to the last plant, my Philodendron Jose Bono. I just talked about this recently in my birthday collective plant mail. I also showed you guys this plant in my Zone 9 Tropicals nursery tour where I got this beauty. The only update I have is that this leaf finally unfurled, the first leaf in my care. This leaf, as far as the foliage, is just mottled throughout. I know you can see the glare from my light. It's more mottled throughout, where it doesn't have like those sectoral patches like its previous leaves. I think that's just due to the fact that I told you the past 2 months the sunlight hasn't been that great in Houston, but now we are fully into summer mode basically here in Houston, so I'm not really worried about it. I still think it is a beauty. It's just so cute, and then how it dips and tapers at the very end. I've talked about this plant a lot, so I am just going to peruse by this and keep you guys updated when I finally get that gorgeous variegated leaf of my dreams. So I'm gonna put this down, and we have 2 more philodendrons to talk about to close out this video. Now guys, this is the philodendron that I was talking about, where it is not recovering from the rust fungus, and it makes me so sad because this plant is actually, like, disregarding that, it's actually really healthy. It's my Philodendron Ring of Fire. You may not be able to see, I think you will be able to see the orange, red, brown spots, but let me just show you this plant. So there you go. This is the leaf where you can really see, yep, oh my God, oh, it's so ugly. It makes me so sad. This is the leaf where I caught all of the rust fungus initially, and then a lot of the older leaves are just down here. Some of them are crisping and browning off. The reason why I say disregarding the rust fungus, this plant is healthy, because this is a new caterpillar right here, which means I'm supposed to get really big, nice leaves. But guys, I have been trying to treat this plant, and I know when they say when you have rust fungus to cut the plant immediately, I was just hoping that it would grow out, and that kind of worked in my favor in my other 2 plants that caught rust fungus. But I'm just so sad because it's growing a new caterpillar, so I'm going to have really nice big leaves. This just makes me so sad because it's a beautiful species, a beautiful plant. It grows super fast, super chill, but again, it's in that same spot in my bedroom where my pink princess is and where my white princess was, and this is a plant that is doing the most, which I don't want it to do the most. I want it to do the least. Actually, it needs to do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna put this Ring of Fire down, enough of the sad stuff, and it is time for the final philodendron, my Philodendron Painted Lady that is behind me. I know the leaf you can see is the oldest leaf that has to come off anyway, so ignore that. But I did get this in Austin from Tillery Street Plant Company. And overall, I mean, this is a straight chiller. It sits right here in front of my living room window. The initial leaves from Tillery Street Plant Company are super, super long, super, super big, because even though I have a west, I'm just gonna use this as an umbrella, even though I have a west facing window, it's pulled back more because I have a balcony, so it doesn't get as much sunlight as the ones, like the plants in my bedroom. So that's why the leaves in my care are exponentially smaller, but I don't really mind. I love kind of the orangey speckled look to it. It's super beautiful. The sheathing is this nice pink color, and the back of the leaves are very beautiful too. Like, oh my God, look at that contrast. Those pink petioles and the veins of this painted lady is super, super gorgeous. These plants will get greener as time goes on. I'm sorry, plants. These leaves will get a little greener as time goes on. This just unfurled. And it doesn't really bug me that much that the leaves aren't that big. Of course, I want gorgeous big leaves. Who doesn't? But honestly, this plant is healthy. Obviously, I have different growing conditions than when it was in the nursery, because those are obviously optimal, great conditions, great sunlight, airflow, humidity, etc. This is the final philodendron in my collection. Okay guys, that is it. That is all the philodendrons I have in my collection, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing a huge chunk of my collection in my home. Watch out for the next video, because it is going to be the most exciting and insane unboxing I have ever done. The package literally is right over there. I am going to unbox it right after this, and you don't want to miss that out. It will be my most expensive, but the most unicorn, beautiful plant, and I literally cannot wait to open it. So again, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and you guys have a great rest of your day.